Good to see everyone having a good chat. As I say, greetings and salutations here for the live auction of number 6A, Humprey, Kemp Avenue in Henderson, where this is the highest form of realty. When you list and sell with Team Fiona Li, number one in Blue Fern Realty, we bring to the market an estate in freehold, 576 square meters, more or less. Lot 2 deposited plan 491097. Record of title is 711074. The chattel list is all here, and you get to check those chattels 2 days prior to settlement, which is set for the 27th of January 2022. Or if you're traveling with a variation where you can bid with absolute confidence, they're all in play as well. At Blue Fern, we keep things nice and friendly. I'll nominate the bids. You can certainly test my maximum, may refuse a bid. Unlikely, and I'll temper any quarrels, but she's a non-contact sport here in Zoom land. Now, vendor bidding my exclusive right, not my preference. Property can be withdrawn from the market, but that's not our owner's intention, Alan and Peggy, to do that. No. They've set a reserve in line with their motivation to want to sell. They're not on the market for fun. Subject to meeting or toppling the reserve, we will send you the contract, pay the deposit 1/10, and the balance in full on that conjoined and settlement day. Now, the rest of the paperwork is all without scruple or diffidence. It's all in order. And I'll tell you what, this is the highest form of realty. Gift wrap with the clean lines of the linear construction. There's plenty of sleeping chambers. And I'll tell you what, you'll be stung by the splendor as you are. You can sing goodbye tension, hello pension, living in this neighborhood. And you can be working hard at work or hardly working on a landscape that basically just looks after itself. The living spaces are cavernous, and it's not about how many steps you take, is it, Fiona? It's about where those steps take you to a fine community. So don't wait for that perfect moment. Take this moment and make it perfect. Opening bid. Where do we say? Who's got a number? Right out. What about our three amigos here, center stage? Well, if you want to own the property, you're going to need to bid. It's real simple, guys. I come in peace. I've had my medication today. As you can ascend that staircase.
And 1.2.
Thank you, Fiona. 1,200,000 at a bid now. And we all know that the best parties are the impromptu ones out there on your deck at 1,200,000 at a bid. That's the money. That's the number at 122 at a bid. I bid it away for a little 50,000 on the rise, but at 1.2, what do you say? Get in play. Once at 1,200,000.
1.25.
Okay, 2.4, Steve. Will 2.5.
No. 1.4, not 2.4.
Clean out my ears. Well, good bid, and what an entrance, right? That's 150,000 on the rise. And thank you for the correction at 1.4. At 1 and 4, fairly bidded down now. Sarah's typing.
Aaron, 1,000?
1,450, Aaron.
Well, you know what? I'll take the one and go straight to 50 then. Well, if that makes your buyer feel better, at 1,450 at a bid now. Do they want to bid another 49? Bid 1,450,000 with Fiona at 1,450. Testament to the quality of the property that's on sale here at 1,450,000. Who goes 1.5? Steve, they have usurped your buyer's initial entrance, which was a good one, but put up the 1.5. First call with Fiona at $1,450,000.
5,000?
Twice at 1.45 at a bid now. I'll bid it. Look, I'll take a 25. I say third call at 1,450,000.
Aaron 1.46.
Okay. At 1,460,000. At 1,460,000, you watch fee come back at 1.5.
1-4. 148L.
Okay, at 1,480,000, doubled it up. At 1,480,000. If you ever want a single on Zoom, that's how you go double the last bid at 1,480,000. Well, do you want to double the bid and go 1,520,000? But 1,480,000 with Fiona. I'll take a little 10 though, or more, but you wouldn't leave the door wide open at 1.5, would you? $1,480,000 at a bid now. What's at 1,480,000 with Fiona's bar?
1.49.
149, appreciate it.
1.5, Aaron.
0.5 on the advance on the counter at $1,500,000. Boiling away nicely at $1,500,000. Feels like you're in the Bahamas at $1,550,000 at a bid now. I bid it away, looking for another 10 or more, but at 1.5 in the pocket. Look at the chef-inspired kitchen at $1,500,000. Do we bid it away for another 10 on the climb? I sing it at 1.5. I call it at $1.5 million. Third and final call at $1.5 million. Well, Fiona, our owners,
5,000.
at $1,505,000. I was just going to say they've got a higher regard for the home, respect their decision, but Will's back in front at $1,505,500 at a bit now.
1.510.
On 510 at 1510, 1515 without too much delay. Will put up another 5, go 1515, $1,510,10 at a bit now. Once at 1,510, twice, third and final call at $1,510,000. Right, Fiona, I'm going to get some instructions from our sellers. I'm going to have a conversation with Fiona's buyer at $1,510,000. Auction live and open at this point in time, but clearly those instructions can change. Owner's house, their money, their decision. But Fiona, your buyer's in front at $1,510,000. Right, hold tight. Thank you, Will, for your contribution so far. Team, thank you. We're going to have some news pretty soon, just to let everyone know. We have had an increase, and hold tight, guys. I'll be back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Righto, team. Thank you very much for the wait. If everyone can come back up, thank you. Just confirming, Fiona, that your buyer has made an increase to $1,520,000. Fiona, just an acknowledgement. Thank you, and nice to have the chat with young Taylor at $1,520,000. Well, guys, we are on
5,000.
market and selling.
Aaron, 5,000 on the top.
Okay, well, because finality is always worth something, isn't it? At 1,525, but now we sell at 1,525. Out she goes at $1,525.
5,000 more, Aaron.
30 ownership outright at $1,530,000. I just love the configuration of the floor.
5,000 on the top.
35 back with Will. Always got to pay it forward at 1,535, but no one will be orphaned at $1,535,000 at about now. This is time to lean in at $1,535,000. First call at 1,535 with Williams buyer. Penultimate. Last hurrah.
5,000 more.
40. At 1,540, the money, the number.
5,000 on the top.
45 at 1,545. A location where you can up your comfort levels at 1,545. Well, reading into Fiona's expression on her face, that might be it, but who knows? At 1,545 at a bit now. I sing it, I call it, I say last hurrah. Fiona, Taylor must consider, does 2,500 change their life? At $1,545, it is going. With Will, he's got half a smile. Fiona, I need your instructions. At 1,545, will you list with Team Fiona Li? It is going.
What's the instruction? Sorry. 1,000 more.
Okay, 46. Well, put up the 50 with some alacrity, mate. Put it up.
1,000 on the top.
47. Okay, we're going to get every one of those floorboards in that deck, are we? Okay. Working for our sellers. I say unashamedly, no problem. At 1,547. At 1,547, 47. If it's worth one, it's worth another. At 1,547,000. Where your imagination can run wild round here. At 1,547. You can escape that world of deadlines and responsibilities. At 1,547,000, it goes. At 1,547, and it is sold, William, to your buyer. To Team Fiona Li, guys, all class as always. Well done. And Fiona, I think you deserve the last word.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Good job. Have a good day, guys. Well done.